Okay, it's lesson 22, multiplying and dividing fractions. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, objective 1 is to multiply fractions. Example 1 says multiply 1/3 and 2/3. Use an area model to illustrate the multiplication. Alright, so area model means let's draw a rectangle or a square. Okay, and I've got to represent 1/3. Well, I'm going to do that by splitting this rectangle into 3 parts and shading 1/3 of that. Okay, so that is 1/3. Now I need to multiply that by 2/3. So I'm going to split my rectangle the other way into thirds and shade 2/3 of that. So this top part is 1/3, and then I need 2/3. So that is 2/3. My answer is going to be where those overlapped. Okay, so my overlapping region is right here. Those two squares, that's where the colors overlapped each other. So I'm going to represent this whole problem now by saying 1/3 times 2/3 equals, well, I've got 2 green squares out of my total squares are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I got 2 green squares out of 9 total squares. So my answer is 2/9. So 1/3 times 2/3 is 2/9. Okay? Well, we should be able to see from this how we got that answer. We got this by taking the tops. 1 times 2 is 2, times the bottoms. 3 times 3, or sorry, by taking 1 times 2 on the top and getting 2 on top, and then multiplying the bottoms, taking 3 times 3 and getting my new bottom number, 9. Alright, so that's how we multiply fractions. So let's go ahead and move on now. Okay, so example 2 says, what number is 3/4 of 8/9? Now there are 2 different ways to solve this problem, and I don't care which one you pick, but you gotta pick one of them, okay? So first thing we need to do is rewrite the problem. So it's 3/4 of means multiply, 8/9. Okay? Method 1 is to multiply the numerators first. Remember, numerators means top numbers. So multiply the tops. 3 times 8 is 24. And that becomes your new top number. Okay? Then after that, step 2 is to multiply the denominators. So multiply the bottoms together. 4 times 9 is 36. Well, after you've done that, multiply the tops, multiply the bottoms. We can't leave 24 over 36 because it's not simplified. So the last step is to then reduce. Okay, well, to reduce, I can divide the top and bottom by 12 because 12 goes into both of those. 24 divided by 12 is 2. 36 divided by 12 is 3. So 2/3. Now it doesn't matter if I pick that method or this next one, I should get the same answer. So again, first thing is rewrite the problem. Now in this method, step 1 is to cross cancel. So what I'm looking at is this numerator and then the denominator across from it. So I'm looking across ways, seeing if those numbers go into each other or if there's any numbers that go into both of them. So I'm thinking to myself, what number goes into both 3 and 9? Well, 3 goes into both 3 and 9. So I can divide them both by 3. So if I take the top divided by 3, 3 divided by 3 gives me a new top number of 1. And if I take the bottom divided by 3, 9 divided by 3 is 3. Then I'm going to go ahead and look at this numerator and this denominator and see if anything goes into both of these. Well, 4 goes into both of those, so I'm going to divide this by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. And 8 divided by 4 is 2. So that's cross-canceling. Okay? To be able to cross-cancel, there has to be a number that goes into both of these numbers, the numerator and the denominator across from it, and a number that goes into both of these. Once you've done that, then you're just going to multiply the new numerators. Now the good thing about doing this is up here we had to reduce, Here, we already reduced these numbers. Okay, we simplified already, so we shouldn't have to at the end if we did that correctly. So multiply the new numerators. New top numbers. 1 times 2 is 2. And then multiply the new denominators. And 1 times 3 is 3. And 2/3 does not reduce. You'll notice 2 different methods, same answer. Doesn't matter which way you pick, as long as you get one of them that works the best for you. And Mr. Ayers likes to call multiplication fun. Okay? And the reason why I think multiplication is fun is because it's so easy. Okay? You know, when you add and subtract fractions, you have to worry about a common denominator and all that stuff. For multiplying, you don't have to worry about common denominators. You just multiply the tops and multiply the bottoms. Or simplify first and then multiply the tops and multiply the bottoms. So easy. Much better than having to find a common denominator. So multiplication is fun. Woohoo! Alright, let's go on to more examples.